Wait, what's the start of it again?
Sophie, we know who you are. You're that girl that copies my fuck.
Remember that?
Yeah, bro. That is sick. I can't get over this.
What's going on, people? Welcome to a brand new edition of the podcast, and we're back at the Pavilion. What's going on, girls? Everything all right?
Yeah,
wicked. So, for those that listened to last week's episode, we spoke about the first half of last year, the maddest moments from last year. This week we do the second half of the year. But as we know, last year was another mental year of COVID and lots of mad moments. But before we always get started, I always have to ask everyone, like, how's everyone getting on so far, though, in terms of like health and everything?
good.
Getting on all right?
Yeah.
No COVID so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's all right. Thank God for that. But as we were saying, last year was another mad year of work. But as you see, we girls all right, though, in terms of health and mental health and everything as well. We girls all right?
Yeah.
Stable.
Stable, yeah? How about your families as well? Did they get COVID as well, or were they lucky enough to get away with it?
No, my nan got it though.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousins.
Yeah, and half of my cousins and that.
Really?
But I never caught it.
Yeah, well, are they all right now? Is your nan all right, yeah? And how about your cousins? Are they all right?
They're good.
Yeah? Oh, I'm so glad to hear. But as I was saying, though, last week we spoke about almost the first half of last year, the maddest moments from last year. This week we're going to carry on from May, June time onwards, and we're going to talk about the maddest moments. So we're going to skip May for now, but then go straight into June. But as you know, June to July was the Euros. Did you guys watch that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole thing?
I got a bit off when Italy won, but okay.
I don't blame you. Like, where did you guys watch it in the end, the finals?
I watched it on like party thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like, how did you find it? Like, did you go nuts?
Certi energy.
Like,
people's reactions and that was just mad.
Yeah, I was about to actually say, do you see some...
Tell her, like, I went to like near Wembley Stadium like on the day.
Oh, did you? What was it like?
Euros, and it was mad. Like people was throwing beer cans everywhere. Like, people was on each other's shoulders. Like everything was mad.
Was it like overpacked? Because you see the videos after of like people like trying to run into the stadium. Did you see that?
It was literally like a riot.
Or like, you know the Costco near Wembley, yeah?
Yeah.
That was rammed. That day and a couple weeks before, it was all packed. Like, you go in the shop for a taster, because like, that's the only reason I go in there, for the free food, yeah?
I mean, Costco, sorry.
You can't even go in because people just keep fighting to get in there.
It's mad, isn't it? Because I was thinking, like, did you see the videos like during the game of like people like trying to actually run into the stadium? See that after?
Yeah.
And during the game as well. I mean, when you see things like that, what's going through your mind? Like, do you think like people are stupid for doing that, or?
Yeah.
I think they're bold, like brave.
Yeah.
It's
like
mad.
the things that I saw in Wembley that day were just mad. Like it was like early, like 1, 2, not even like 12, 1. And everyone was already there, drunk off their heads.
Oh my God, everyone was mad. I mean, did you see what happened afterwards? Like when after obviously England lost, obviously there
was so many fights.
That's what I had to say. Yeah. Like I saw a video. I think it showed on the news of like some adults, like fully grown men, like punching kids. Did you see that?
What?
Like what the hell? Like literally straight after that, obviously those fight. Like
bad.
It's bad. Like when you see things like that, like fully grown men, like punching little kids. Like what's going on?
But then the same thing, no one will match the energy like as the Euros in 2021. Sorry.
Yeah, like obviously it was Euro 2020, but I've seen like Tavik just now. Like how quick did last year go though?
Yeah,
it did go.
It was so quick, wasn't it?
Quick.
Like he forgot it was 2022. Like 2021 just went so quick.
I thought it was 2021.
No. It feels like these last couple of years just like a dream, hasn't it? But when you like go back to the fighting thing, like when you see like fully grown adults like hitting kids and stuff, because
and they was hitting, they was fighting with the opposite like team as well. I can't remember who was it that they played against.
Italy.
Yeah. Like they was fighting the Italian people as well. That's not their fault.
Yeah, I know. It's mad. Like, what do you think would have happened? Obviously, we all went nuts when we lost, and obviously that happened with like havoc fights and all that. But what do you think? What do you both think would have happened if we actually won the Euros? Do you think it would have been even worse, or?
The same reaction.
Yeah, can't lie, same. But just the Italians reacting to the English.
No, I don't think they would have. I think it would have just been still mayhem. Like it would have been worse than what happened.
Would have been worse, you think? Yeah.
And like those rumours about like the old fat white men, the bald people who like drink too many Stellas and hit their wives if the people lose. That was like weird. That whole thing went around TikTok for the longest time.
What happened on TikTok?
So basically, there was just this thing. It wasn't really a trend or anything, but they were just sitting there like saying, "Oh, Paul's had too many Stellas. He's hitting his wife because like the Euros, like England lost the Euros." It was just this massive thing about Stellas and wife abuse.
Do you think like social media plays a big part in like attacks or?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think it hyped the energy more. Like it made it more like surreal.
Even in general, social media makes everything 10 times worse.
You mentioned TikTok. Do you think that's probably the biggest platform that causes the most mayhem between like people your age or older? Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like I know you mentioned obviously a little while back on one of the episodes before with the social media thing, but what do you think it is about social media that causes so much havoc with people? Is it like break up
you know
friends?
you're not face to face. You know you're behind the screen.
And people like
so you
to get
can say
verbal.
what you want.
Because that's something I want to get into actually as well. With obviously Rashford, Sake, and Stanchel were the three people that missed the penalties at the end. Obviously being three black people, obviously, and as you know, literally straight away there's a barrage of racism on like Twitter and everything. I mean, when things like these happen, what do you think? What's going on in your mind, like with racism in general? Like, what do you think needs to happen? Like,
no, I just felt I just felt deep for the players.
Yeah, same.
Like, because it's not really their fault. Like, cool, they're playing for the country, whatever, but it's not necessarily their fault. Like, you win some, you lose some.
Of course. Like, what do you think?
And like Saka, I think he's only 19.
Yeah.
Like, he's the youngest to be in the actual England team. And they were all taking it back on him because he was the youngest. And then as well as that, he's also black. So they were like, I don't know, not stereotypes, but like trying to make a stereotype.
Like, in terms of like the social media stuff then, what do you think needs to happen or change on that front? Like, they're mentioning maybe putting like personal details like your passports or driver licenses or stuff to make it an account. Like, what do you guys think needs to be done on the social media front to stop racism or hateful messages to be done in the first place? Do you think like people need to put in their personal like details so that people know where you are, or?
No. You're not going to ever be able to stop racism. It's always going to be a thing. Yeah. But the people who make it a thing are always the same stereotypes, like old people, like cool, they were in another generation, but that does not give them an excuse to get up to the times. Like, if you're being racist to someone on the street, and no one steps in, then you're...
Yeah, like, for example, the other day, this is an example, I was walking with my friend, and then, I can't lie, he asked, like, some woman for a cigarette, like, because he saw her with the box. And she turned around and she was like, I don't like white people. Yeah, just
really?
In the middle of the road, just shouted it.
Wow.
She was like, I don't like white people. And we was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it happened to me as well, because me being Greek, it's happened to me a few times as well about racist messages and stuff. But I see it to friends of mine.
Like, white people do get it as well, don't get twisted.
Like, everyone gets it to some extent, obviously. I know it's mainly with the black people, obviously with football. I mean, obviously, us being football fans as well, obviously, do you think, obviously, we know that before every game that they take a knee, obviously now, do you think that kind of helps to stop the messaging somehow, it helps spread awareness of, like, we need to stop racism at all? Or what do you think? Because I know that some players don't like to do it anymore. They think you don't really do anything, but what do you two think of footballers taking a knee now to stop?
I don't think it makes a difference. Like, how's that making a difference to what other people have to say?
Yeah. And it's stupid that the celebrities have to take a stand for us all to follow like sheep. Like, if the celebrities just said you need to like pattern up and just like stop, then people would stop. But the thing is, people have these massive platforms and don't do nothing about it because they're famous and it doesn't affect them. Yeah. Like, they may get hate comments and stuff, but it's nothing worse than what like a homeless man has on the street when he could be doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I want to bring up with you guys, because I want to like talk about a separate episode in the future about this, but obviously the racism and stuff as well. But also, I want to talk about, obviously, we remember what happened to Eriksen, the Danish footballer, 29 years old, had a heart attack or cardiac arrest.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see that?
On the pitch.
Yeah, on the pitch. Yeah.
I saw that.
I mean, I know that obviously this year, toward the end of last year, Guerra had a cardiac arrest as well. A lot of people, fans, are having it now as well, which is such a scary thing to witness. I mean. And I would talk about Mwamba as well, like another 21-year-old footballer 10 years ago, almost to the day, where he had a 21-year-old footballer had a cardiac arrest, and I think he actually physically died for over an hour, but he came back to life, and he's thank God, actually, touch wood, he's fine now. Yeah. But when it comes to witnessing stuff like that, like such young people having like cardiac arrest and stuff, like obviously listening to a heart attack, like thank God there's people around him, like in the crowd or around the pitch to help out with giving like CPR and stuff. I mean, what are your ideas of like maybe teaching? This is something that I think should be done in all schools personally.
What, like being taught CPR?
Yeah, like what do you think about everyone, not just teachers or certain like doctors and stuff, but everyone being taught how to do like simple things like CPR or...
Yeah, because anyone can have a heart attack at any time.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can, like, nearly die, like, at any time.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, like, thank God there's like doctors actually in the crowd who runs to the pitch, like, I can help and leave it to be like...
And even young kids should be taught it anyway, because you know how much kids, like, get stabbed and stuff at the moment? Like, imagine if you're with your friend and they get stabbed and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, well, what are you going to do?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
The ambulance isn't going to be quick enough.
Yeah. I remember, a lot of people think it won't happen to them, but obviously it does. I mean, I remember when I was at my old school, actually, someone actually broke their leg just outside the school. It was in a bike accident. And I was there to help. Obviously, I helped him, thank God, but just to calm him down. But what... apart from CPR, which is I think should be taught in all schools personally, like what other things do you think, like you mentioned about the knife thing, what other things do you think about should be taught? Not just obviously the obvious stuff like English, math, science and so forth, but what other things do you think should be taught in schools, whether it's like how to bandage someone up or CPR? What do you think should be taught in schools?
Just anything about like stabbings or shot wounds.
Yeah.
Like, we live in
because
London,
that's all that's going
like,
on at the moment. Anyway.
Exactly, and like the gang life and all these.
Like the amount of like my friends or people that I knew or people that I know who know other people that have been stabbed, shot or killed, like, and you don't hear about nothing on the news. That's mad.
That's such a good point because, like you guys were saying, like now,
like on like at least once a week, and you don't hear nothing on the news.
You've got to find out from people
exactly.
who know people.
You're finding out because someone's posted it on Snap.
Or that someone getting stabbed or shot, you mean?
Or on their Instagram story.
Or like their name in their like bio has changed to long live someone. Like, they've put the name and then you're like, what? Like,
yeah, that's something that really, honestly, it breaks my heart because we hear it all the time as adults as well, who did listen to the news like quite often. Well, not as much as I used to, obviously, but it seems like every other day, if you do pay attention, like it's like a 50-year-old's been stabbed, 14-year-old's been stabbed, 16, and it's the same age people doing it as well. Yeah. So I think it's something so like important that we need to learn how to like help people, do like be taught how to like bandage people up if like someone gets stabbed or shot, whether it might be help to save their lives or do CPR or whatever it might be.
Or like you'll be in the car and like the radio all of a sudden goes, oh, this is like the 37th teenage stabbing this year, and it's only the 14th.
I know. See, that's what I mean.
What the hell? And you can't do nothing about it because it ain't you, and it's not no one you know, but it's still someone.
It happens.
Like someone's mum is gonna have to bury their child, and no one should be put through that.
No one at all. No one. Because I was saying earlier, people think what happened to you, but it doesn't. I mean, I've seen witness things where like having like things happen, people having like diabetic shocks or having like. Do you think people like should like be taught to like how to like give like insulin shots as well, or that kind of thing as well?
Like my friend got diabetes type 1, the not like sugar one. Yeah. The insulin. Yeah. Right, that one. So she'll be staying at my house, and she has this app that checks her numbers. She'll check them, and they'll be on like 2.1. That's bad. So she'll be like, Ruby, I need food. Can you help me? So I'll go get her something to eat. Like normally it'd be like something sugary, like apples and sugar or something. And she'll be like, thank you so much. And then they'll go back up to like 8, 7, like normal numbers. But then there was this one time where we had obviously had too much to eat, and we had just come back from the beach, and her numbers were on 23.
Wow.
Which is not like
that's
that
spiked,
is bad. And so she put in her things, but obviously it was too much, so she couldn't put it all in. So she messaged her dad, and her dad was basically like, do the stick and poke, not stick and poke, but like when you just prick your finger on. Yeah. So she done that, and then thankfully she was okay. Like an hour later, like they went back down to normal.
But when you witness things like that, it's scary, isn't it? Like it's so scary, like
especially when there's people around you as well. Like, you never know what can happen.
Exactly.
It's embarrassing, and you don't want to do it because you're scared that they're gonna judge you because you have an illness.
No. Do you think that people like that's something I want to kind of change people's minds? Like, do you think people like get embarrassed to ask for help, or they're scared to ask for like?
Because if I had an illness, I wouldn't want to sit there asking people for help.
Exactly. Like even in a maths classroom, I'm not going to ask you for help on my question. I'm going to sit here and make you think I can do it myself.
So I do appreciate you though. At the same time though, you shouldn't be embarrassed about certain things that you might have in life, like diabetes or epilepsy, whatever it might be. Like thinking, like, dude, I need a bit of help, man. Can you just help me out? Because I think at your
like if it's life risking, then obviously you'll like find help. But I'd rather get with someone like my mum or my dad or someone.
Or like just even phone someone up and be
yeah,
like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Because I think that's what people get a lot.
Or like someone that's close enough to me, like.
Because there's no literally there's no shame in asking for help about anything, whether it's like a personal thing or a health thing. You just ask for help if you need to. It's absolutely fine. But let's quickly go on to July actually. I think like the whole year of like spaceships and stuff last year, weren't it? Like SpaceX and that kind of stuff. I know that see like Elon Musk and them lot doing like lots of spaceships like space journeys last year. Did you see that? Like, what do you think about those kind of things, like space journeys and stuff, like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk? What do you think about that kind of stuff?
I don't really know too much about stuff like that. Not gonna lie.
I know that in July of last year, Blue Origin, which was Jeff Bezos one, I think, he sent like the oldest man in the world to space and the youngest person about the same time. Whoa. The youngest was, I think, 18-year-old, and the eldest was 82-year-old man as well. Whoa. Like when he hear these kind of stories, like
what they sent them to space?
To space, yeah.
Are they still there?
No, they came back I think the same day. So they flew up to space, or I think on the like kind of edge of space, and then came back down again, which is still mad though. But I think the 18-year-old like had his dad pay for like I think he paid like a few million to get him on a spaceship. Whoa. It's mad, ain't it? Absolutely mad.
Having that money to blow just to send your
son to space.
Send your son to space.
Not even to like for a couple hours. Yeah.
Not like God like Thorpe Park or something, but actually to space. Enjoy this. Here's a few million to go to space, but imagine the money, like you said, imagine having the money to send your son to space.
Yeah, that's mad.
Like, would you, like, if you guys had the money or the knowledge to go into space, like, would you guys do it, do you think, like, eventually?
If I had the money, then I reckon I would. But, like, my anxiety and my
I'd rather just spend the money on a house or something.
And to settle down.
Yeah, then to go...
Because, like, when am I ever going to need space in my life? Like, the majority of the world haven't seen it, like...
It's true.
To be honest, like, and I know it sounds a bit stupid, but it doesn't seem like it's nothing special apart from just a dark, like
atmosphere.
Yeah.
I get you. They got so much money, haven't they? Like, I think like Jeff Bezos, I think we found out last week he's worth over 200 billion, I think.
Yeah, see.
So he's got nothing else to do other than just go to space and stuff and build his own spaceships, which I can see. But going into September, though, we might go back to our previous months after, depending on time. But September 7th, a country in Central America called El Salvador becomes the first country in the world to accept Bitcoin as an official currency.
What?
I didn't know this until...
I thought BitCurrency was like stuff to like save and... Is it progress? I don't know what the word is, but like when you save it up and it becomes worth more and valuable, and then you're able to like cash it in.
Like, it's mad because I just, when I was doing my research for this episode, like, I found, I was like, what, really? I know, like you said, people investing in like years ago and able to get loads of money now, but what are your guys' like thoughts on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole, and what do you think the future will hold for them as well? Like, do you think it'll be like everyone will use cryptocurrency in some format, or will it like have like crash go back to like normal money and cards? Or what do you guys think of cryptocurrency?
No, I don't think England would start using Bitcoin.
No, I agree.
I don't think so.
I think it's like a just like a second, not a second currency, but like something to look forward to and like to check your phone to see if the value's gone up or something. Yeah. I don't think they'll use it as an actual currency because not everyone has a Bitcoin or many Bitcoin. Like just normal pound coins and pence, that's fine.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of cryptocurrency as a whole? Like, do you think it's like a fad, like a fashion thing, or do you think it'll just like fade out in the next couple of years or so, keep going?
I think it's a smart investment.
End up fading out.
I think it's a smart investment if you have the money. But if you don't have the money, then don't do it because there's no point in losing your own money for trying to get more. Yeah. I don't know, it don't make sense.
She like I kind of got we'll come back to this in a second actually, but I talk about like wasting money stuff. Hear about Logan Paul? What happened yesterday to him was the day before. You know, obviously the YouTuber, he spent like $3.5 million on Pokemon cards, and they were fake. And they were fake. They were like G.I. Joe cards.
How much?
$3.5 million. This YouTuber's he's minted, obviously from YouTube.
Yeah.
And he spent like $3.5 million on
he was
apparently Pokemon cards recently, and they were G.I. Joe cards. He lost $3.5 million. Mental.
Is he the guy that does the boxing?
Yeah, the KSI
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember hearing.
And he's still lost, man.
Yeah. Going back to what you said about investing, though, like, would you guys ever invest in things like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency?
I don't think I would do it.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Like, I know people who do it, but I don't think I would myself. Just for the pure fact I know that what if it doesn't mean anything in the future and you're just sat there broke because you decided to spend your last bit of money on cryptocurrency?
I can see why I completely understand. Like a lot of my family have invested in cryptocurrency and they've made a little bits on it, but not much. But something that winds me up, I have no idea about, is NFTs.
What's that?
It's like, they call it non-fungible tokens. NFTs like these like pictures you can buy online. Like they're just pictures. They're stupid. People made like millions on them.
Oh,
It's
like on the not a post office site, but like a site, and it's like the picture of the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But it's not the actual coin, and you try and invest. Yeah, I think that's stupid.
Stupid. And that just winds me up. It's like these just different pictures. Like, say you bought a picture of the headphone box there. Some people spend like literally thousands on one picture.
And then look, there's nothing in it. So
That's what I mean. It's just, you're literally buying a picture online, but people have made loads on that.
I think it's so stupid.
Yes, but what is like? Do you guys ever think about investing in like anything in the future, whether it be like property or anything else? Has that idea of investing ever interested you in anything?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yes and no. Okay, this is perfect. You said no. You said yes. Like, what draws your interest in?
I want to invest in like houses and not become like a landlord, but like own loads of multi properties and then invest in my own like company and my cars and this.
Love that. Have you thought about your own company yet at the moment? Of what I do in the future?
I want to be a manager or something, or not even if I want to go into forensics, so I want to own
Sick.
some sort of something, and then if I die, yeah. But knowing I have my own house and my car that I can leave my children if I have any, then it's fine. Like as long as I know my children are minted, then it's cool. But like, it doesn't bother me that much.
So I love that. I was thinking, like, what do you into like forensics? What do you into that kind of field?
Documentaries.
Documentaries,
I
yeah.
love
I watch
documentaries.
And my brother says he
documentaries.
loves that kind of stuff as well. Like,
I love them. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
get
the
better than the murder one.
that's mad. Like, do you have any like kind of favorite documentaries that you watched so far on forensics?
It's not really on for. There was this one. I don't know the name, but it was of this black man who got stabbed in like East London. One of them, and they retraced the guy's steps through the whole day. It was a homeless man. That's it. They retraced his steps throughout the whole day, and they found his body near a church. So they went into the shop, found out 2 teenagers swapped a SIM card. And then went to stab the homeless man for not paying like drug money. But that was a really good one. And I also watched the one on Ted Bundy and the one on.
I saw that one, yeah.
What's that other guy with the glasses?
West? No.
It's like he's like the same sort of person like Ted Bundy, like raped and killed girls.
People, yeah.
What's his name?
An Englishman or?
I think he's American. I don't know if it was George or something, but it was something, and I watched them ones.
Gives me a bad name.
No, not even. But I watched loads of them and the Madeline documentaries.
Yeah.
I think they were interesting.
That's so good to hear. That that's so good that you got like an interest in something that you want to go to. That's brilliant. Like, don't give up. Yeah, like, you want to go into it, look into it, and I mean, have you looked into anything like for now, just in case, like how you can get into it and what it involves exactly?
I googled what grades I need to become a forensics examiner. Scientist.
Yeah.
Or like at least someone who works on the crime scene, whether I'm detective or the police officer. Actually, no, I'd never become fed. That's
They are
ops.
screaming out for science. The people that go and do the what did you just call it again? The
Forensic science.
Forensic science. They are screaming out for people like that. They have not got enough qualified people at the minute, and yeah, they are struggling. You'd be perfect, but I can't see that changing in the next 5 or 10 years.
It's true. That'd be so good if you get into it now.
Pay will be phenomenal as well.
You would.
Good.
He's quite an easy job to get into. No, he will. He will. Like,
dead bodies. You're gonna walk into crime scenes where kids have been stabbed and murdered, or people in their houses have been killed.
I'm quite squeamish. So I don't know if it's a good mix, but I can do it. Like I can hold my stomach.
Yeah, good.
I know it sounds bad, but my friend who's a fireman, my friend Leo, shout out to Leo, like he's a fireman as well, and he he's seen like what goes on behind the scenes, like train accidents, and he's seen bodies, and he goes, yeah, at the start obviously it's affected me badly, but you
get used to it.
Yeah, like without trying to sound bad, like you do get used to it in a way.
No, that was like the other day on Saturday when I was in the police station. Like, I was just speaking to the police officer. She was telling me like how she always has to go into like houses with like dead bodies, like where like they haven't answered their family's messages for weeks, and so see the family report them missing, and she goes into their houses and they've just been like dead there.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
You just kind of get used to it, like.
Yeah, it's like with the like going back to the forensics thing. It's like those who clean crime scenes as well. So you know, people they go to that where like things have happened and they go to clean the whole area. They get paid well for their time, but what they see must be horrendous. Yeah. I mean, but if that's something you're interested in, that's amazing, and good luck with the whole thing. Honestly, it'd be amazing. But going back to what you said earlier, though, you said you weren't interested in any kind of investing at the moment. Like, what doesn't interest you in the whole thing? Is it like too much work, or like the whole they just don't really care about the whole thing?
I've never really spoke about or thought about it.
Fair enough. It's not for everyone. It's cool. But one more thing, September, another SpaceX, which is Elon Musk one. This was the first space that's in the first space with all civilians, not trained people, but which was mad, orbited the Earth. Going to October now. Everyone must have heard this one now.
My birthday.
When's your birthday?
10th.
The 7th, yeah. Happy birthday for then. But October 21st, though, a really tragic story. Everyone must have heard this one. Alec Baldwin, the actor, he accidentally kills a young and beloved cinematographer named Helena Hutchins. Wow. Did you hear about this? He accidentally shot her. With a prop gun, one of those fake guns, but someone put a real bullet in the gun, or a real bullet, or something went wrong, and it accidentally killed her and injured someone else as well.
What the hell?
Did he go to jail for it?
So what actually happened with it?
So he was on set, and they were doing a scene, or they were doing something with the guns, and he's supposed to shoot, but I think it wasn't a scene. I think they were practicing the guns, whatever it is, and he's pointing one at one of the producers and pointing one at some other guy. The
cinematographer and movie director as well, Joel.
And he's pulled the trigger on both of them, and there was an actual bullets in the fully loaded, and he ended up killing one and seriously wounding another. Now, what's coming out of that was the information I read was that on some sets where there's guns and stuff like that, what the props guys like to do is go out and just do shooting with real bullets and stuff in the guns, just shoot them and see like what they do or whatever it is, and then after that clear them out and put the fake bullets in. So it seems like somebody has forgotten to change over the bullets.
So did he get in trouble for it?
Well,
I was about to say, actually, the guy who actually did that, who was supposed to like put the fake bullets in the gun, he actually did this before on a different set, and nothing happened to him. Then he did it again on this film called Rust. I think it was in Mexico. I think it was New Mexico, and he happened again. And because of that, Alec Baldwin like thinking it was a fake or a prop gun, shot at the cinematographer. Like, I think he's going to like act it out, and he killed one and injured the other person. It's mad. Like, what are your thoughts on the whole situation when this happens? Like, what do you think needs?
He probably feels traumatized knowing that it was meant to be fake, and he actually shot someone dead.
Your whole life must have changed.
And it was probably someone he knows, and he speaks to him as his friend if he's working with them on set. Yeah,
because apparently she was like a really loved person. Like, everyone loved her to bits, and he actually killed her by accident. I mean, like you said, he must.
Did he not get in any trouble for it, though?
I don't know what the situation is now, but have you heard anything since? Nothing.
So, what they're saying now is basically that I don't think any criminal charges have come against him, or not for murdering, for wounding, but for lack of safety and that sort of stuff. Because it's his production, it's his film, he's funding the whole thing. So.
What, the guy that shot?
Yeah. So he'll probably get sued, like, full stop.
They should have done safety checks.
Yeah, that's the thing. And for not following safety procedures and all that sort of stuff. And also for hiring somebody that, on their record, they've already done this once on another set. Maybe other sets this happened as well.
Yeah.
And he's still doing it. And now because of your lack of safety, you've now got somebody killed. And put all these people, like, the guy who pulled the trigger, his mind must be blown. Yeah? And for the people that have died, one's died and the other one's seriously injured in hospital. Like, this one person has caused all that harm. So he should get something.
Yeah, so I was to say, like, you have to, because it's not just one simple accident. It's happened twice now in 2 sets. Like, people have died because of him. I mean, do you think he needs to be jailed for a long time then, the guy who was supposed to make sure that the gun was actually fake?
Imagine if it was an actual accident, then...
It's just a bit pointless.
It was an accident.
Not somebody still has to pay, because when it comes to guns, there should not be any accidents.
Yeah.
And an innocent person was killed when she was just trying to help him out.
Yeah. It's like us, like imagine like having to any of us, like we were like filming it, still like I pretend to shoot someone, okay, bang, oh my god, I actually just killed her.
Yeah.
Your whole life is ruined now because of like a stupid accident that happened for someone else. I mean, obviously we all know Bruce Lee, don't we? Obviously, but the same thing happened to his son, Brandon Lee. Did you know that?
What happened to his son?
Exact same thing happened.
He killed someone.
No, he actually someone shot him with a prop gun, and that was the exact same thing happened. Someone put a real bullet in the gun, and they killed him. And Bruce Lee's son was only 28 as well, and he died on the same day as his dad. He was only 32.
Oh wow!
Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he died on the
That's
same.
scary.
It's scary, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I think it was on the Crow film. I think it was. His son Brandon Lee.
On the actual same day?
Like they were filming a scene where I suppose they were getting shot with a prop gun with fake bullets, and he got shot and died. And the day that he died, from what I understand, is he died on the same day as his dad died as well.
Well, like a couple years apart.
Yeah, like a few years apart. His dad was 32 when he died. He was like 2 years younger than me almost. And Brandon, his son, was 28 when he died. And you're at the peak of your life. You're so young and getting shot on a scene where you're like doing your job. I mean, that is mental, ain't it?
Mad.
That is. I mean, it's just so scary to hear that. But a couple of days after that, on October 23rd, this is another mad story. Colombia's most wanted drug lord, Dario Antonio Usaga, whose Gulf clan controls many smuggling routes in the US and other countries, is captured by Colombia's armed forces. Mad, ain't it? That's immense.
Hopefully you
So he,
Colombian drug lord.
yeah, Colombia's most wanted drug lord, was arrested. I think.
Ricky, it's very cold. Can you put the heating on, please?
It's not that cold, is it? And you're wrapped up as well.
I'm freezing.
Really? I don't know how to change the heating in here.
Yeah, no, it's up there, but I don't know whether.
Can you ask someone for the remote?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give me 20 minutes.
What?
Oh, wait, no, give me an hour.
No, you're right. I'm freezing.
That's because you spoke to me like I was something you stepped in earlier.
Maybe that's because you called that girl Kelly.
I can't believe I called her Kelly.
Called who, Katie?
I called
Maria.
Oh.
Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she that was the proper bio.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
that
But
was
yeah.
bad, isn't it?
I'm not telling that.
But man, what's in November quickly? But yeah, Colombia's most wanted drug lord got arrested. He got captured. His bail was like 5 million or something, which is ridiculous. He's worth millions as well. But if you heard of what he'd actually done though to get to that position, was disgusting. Like hiring like young kids for jobs and doing things to them is just disgusting. Like obviously smuggling cocaine or whatever it might be into the country. But November, we'll skip the first bit because that's another space thing, SpaceX again. But 24th, sticking with space though with NASA, this sounds like a film. NASA launches a double asteroid redirection test called DART, the first attempt to deflect an asteroid for the purpose of learning how to protect Earth. So NASA made something to like shoot towards asteroids to like deflect them away from Earth.
Yeah.
How mad is that?
I don't think you can ever predict when an asteroid is coming. Like, as much as NASA is smart and like they know everything, they don't. Like, the lady on the Weather Channel, how does she know when it's gonna rain at what time?
She's never right.
Exactly. So you're gonna sit there and tell me she estimates the weather? Yeah, she does. But you're gonna sit there and also tell me that asteroid can deflect asteroids now. And not asteroids.
Yeah, asteroids. Yeah.
NASA can deflect asteroids. No.
So that's what they're working towards now, apparently, like trying to like deflect like asteroids away from Earth, and apparently they can detect when how big they are, what direction they're coming at, and all that kind of stuff. It's mental.
How are they gonna know when they're coming?
I don't know how they do like satellite take it or anything else. I'm not too sure, but that's mad. But
I'm too cold.
oh, talk about weather though. Like, do you know that in Dubai they can make their own rain? Do you know that?
Their own rain.
Yeah, because it gets so hot out there. Like they actually make their own in Dubai.
Oh.
They got these machines that make rain, their own rain, because it never rains out there apparently, or very rarely rains.
Jesus.
It's mad. The things they can do now is just mad.
England wouldn't need that.
It probably needs more sun, but I just saying that you think China, like they made their first artificial sun recently.
I heard
China or Japan. Did you know this, Vicky? Like in
Georgie.
but we'll do that December for the last part, and then we'll finish on that for today. In December 11th, the first Japanese billionaire gets Uber Eats in space.
What? How does that even work?
So on December 11th, Uber Eats flew out an astronaut with their order in hand, which was getting boiled mackerel in miso, which is their traditional Japanese seasoning, produced, I forget. But basically, Uber Eats sent a first billionaire into space with their order. Mad. And he actually wanted to play Pokemon Go out there as well. Did you guys ever play Pokemon Go back when it first came out?
When it first came out, I had it for a couple of days, then deleted it. It was so boring.
You know, I can't lie, I loved it, but...
There's people who went missing over it. Oh my god.
I know, like, I saw people like running across the road because of that and getting hit by cars and da-da-da-da. It's mad, like, people actually literally just running.
Yeah, bruv. Like, you'd point the camera to the road, there'd be one, they'd be like, oh, gotta get it. Like, Pokemon. Like, you know what I'm
Gotta catch
saying?
'em all.
And they run in the road.
Mad. But it's like with films and stuff, though. Did you ever watch that film, was it Bird Box or Birdcage?
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
Watch that, yeah? That's anabolic. Sick film, but you know what? People are actually doing the Bird Box challenge. You see that?
Where they walk with the blindfold on.
Yeah, the people like driving with like blindfolds on, crossing the roads with that like blindfolds on. Literally, they call it the Bird Box challenge. Like when you see people doing like these stupid challenges, like what's going through your head? Like
You gotta be an idiot to even try and compete on one of
Ricky,
those.
is it even on?
it's on. I can feel it now. Yeah, I can feel it. It's on. This is mental as well. So much money involved in this. Top Chinese live streamer Via, I think her name was fined $210 million for tax evasion.
What's tax? Oh, not paying your tax.
It's got fined $210 million for that.
How do people even find that out?
Guess you weren't paying a tax. But it's like, the actor Wesley Snipes. He was avoiding tax for years, and he had like a massive bill. But that's mad. Oh, how about this? Even more now. Listen to this. So the ruler of Dubai was the day after that, the tax evasion thing. The ruler of Dubai was ordered to pay his ex-wife and their 2 children over £733 million. How? I'm never getting married.
Never getting married.
Never getting married.
Start a prenup, and that's it. Yeah? You leave what you came in with.
Exactly. That's exactly why. So I get prenup, get out. But this is mad. When I heard that, I was like, oh, right, this is mad. Like he paid his ex-wife and 2 kids over £730 million by a UK court in what is believed to be one of the largest divorce settlements in British history.
Yeah, cool.
Like, when you hear things like that, like, I'm never getting married, ever. I'm
My
never.
dad don't even give my mum his £200 child support, let alone £700.
A lie.
But he's got to pay his ex-wife over £700 million. You are nuts.
Speaking at your dad like that, come on now.
I need my money, man.
Yeah, you're right. Right, so can I ask a question then?
Of course,
So what do you think of this? What do you think of this then? So let's say you're a world-class footballer or golfer, like this happened to Tiger Woods, yeah? He met his woman, he was already golfing, like had his dough, was doing everything else. They meet, he wines and dines her, they get married. Remember, she ain't coming with the millions that he's got. She came with a couple $100,000, yeah? So and he's worked and he's got his sport right, and he's done this, and he's done that, and he's getting paid more and more and more, making his millions. Off his own back, obviously feeding the family, giving her, money and clothes, whatever. Then they get divorced.
Yeah.
And now he's got to give over half of his millions that he's made. How is that right?
That's not
right at all.
She hasn't earned
Nothing.
like, there's 2 arguments. She hasn't earned.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get married, I swear.
Like with Ricky, like if you do get married, sign a prenup straight away. If you know that you're gonna earn a great income from whatever it might be, sports or whatever it might be. Me personally, if I did get married, I would immediately sign a prenup because I know that obviously there's.
Yeah, listen, you've been up here by yourself doing your music.
Yeah.
Things blow up massive for you. You start making your millions,
Yeah.
right? And you meet your partner, yeah?
Yeah.
She's just your ordinary Joe kind of girl, down to earth like you are, blah, blah, and you go along, you do your thing. You're still touring, making the money so she can keep living in that nice house with the pool and go to the summer holiday house abroad, right?
Yeah.
Drive the big cars and have a great time with her family, yeah? You're still earning, making things. Then you get divorced. Why does she, after all your work, get to take half the money? She takes half the money, but not only that, any money that you make after the divorce, you still have to pay her.
Yeah,
Why?
Because that's part of the divorce.
I didn't want to get married in the first place. It's just making it worse.
But how mad is that? Like Ricky said, even after
I would get married to do that.
That's why some women do it.
Yeah, but that's because we're the girls.
Then you're
That's
just
our
a gold
perspective.
digger.
Exactly.
You're not an independent woman. You're not an independent woman.
I don't
You're
care.
throwing money out there.
I don't care.
You're living off
Even
the backs-
ask
you were
Fatima what I said
living off
earlier.
the
I would
backs of
happily
other
be a
people's
housewife.
sweat
I would
and
happily
tears
be
and
a
power,
housewife.
right?
I would
When
happily
they're
be a
having
housewife.
Unless you.
I'll happily be a
The only way I
housewife.
agree with that is this. Is
I'll
if-
happily be a
is if
housewife.
We meet, right? And I'm into my music. I can sing. I can do a little bit of something, but I don't really do much of it. You come along and go, Rick, come and do this. I found this guy. He wants you to come and sing at their place. So you found them. So I go, I sing, it's a big success. Then you say, right, come and do this other thing. All of a sudden, you're supporting me, but you're basically the manager, yeah? You've pushed and support. When I'm being depressed and down, you're the one that's making me get up and work and push it on, and I'm there to love and care for you. Then, because you helped make me.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I was about to say, because if my woman was like the one that made me get to that position, then she deserves it. But it's like with like Jeff Bezos and Michael Jordan. You know that Bezos.
Michael Jordan is so lame. Michael Jordan is so lame.
He obviously worth his billions because of his Jordan line. Obviously, his game's worthy, but he paid his wife like I think what, $250 million or something like that. And Jeff Bezos paid over $1 billion, a couple of billion to his ex-wife.
Yeah, got divorced and he made his money.
Yeah.
And he had to give $250 million away to.
Yeah, but can't lie to him. That's minor.
Mate, I still hurt.
It's
that
still a lot of
hurts
money
the
though.
pocket. Yeah, that still hurts the pocket. And the thing is, he's still gonna have to be paying that. It wasn't a one-off payment.
If you have the
life.
money, then what's
And
the
you know
issue?
it's not even
But
like a set amount. Like it depends on what you earn for your wages. So imagine how much he's paying her. Like it's a percentage of your wage.
On a monthly basis.
It's a percentage
It's a
of
couple
your
of $100
wage.
million every month. You get paid. After a while, I said to him, listen, you gave me $1 billion, I'm cool.
Does he have kids?
He does. He's got kids as well. Like,
I don't need more. If you can't look after our children with £1 billion, there's a problem. There's what kind of lifestyle do you think you need to be leading? Do you get with £1 billion isn't enough to keep me in the lifestyle that I'm used to?
But that's the same thing with like people saying money can't buy happiness. Yes, it does.
well, it can buy happiness.
Money can
I just
buy
try my
happiness.
spaghetti, but.
Give me $1 million right now.
I disagree. Like,
Give me
money
$1 million
can't-
right now. I'm happy for a very long time. Put it
No,
that way.
listen,
Until it goes.
You think $1 million is that much money?
No, it's
a lot
not.
of
You're
money.
right.
No, $1 million. Like it's not that much, but I'd be
Yeah.
happy. Like
But
you're
it-
telling me if someone
we
said
would
that
now,
you
but
$1 million
it-
right
yeah.
now, you wouldn't
We
be
would
happy.
make it work for us older
Yeah.
people. If somebody gave me $1 million or won £1 million, I can make that work. Basically, what it means is I would have to come here. I won't have to come to work here.
No, you know what I'm doing? I'm buying bare
Monday
properties
to
and
Friday
renting
to work.
them
I
out.
can come Monday, Wednesday,
Yeah, that's
Friday.
looking smart.
Part
Yeah.
time.
No,
Yeah.
Ricky, you know what I'd do if I got $1 million?
But if I went
I'm
and bought a house
buying
that
bare
I wanted,
properties and
especially in the
renting
area
them
that I
out.
like.
That's
say
investment.
I buy a house in East
Yeah.
Finchley, which was an area I like, and the houses around there are all going for like 1.8 million.
Yeah.
I'm still short.
Yeah, still.
It's
but,
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, but.
Well, unless I buy a
you get
house for
mortgage.
600,000, if I buy one for 600,000, it leaves me a bit of change so I can do it up as I like.
A bit of change. That's still 400 grand.
When you think
Yeah,
about it,
400.
Yeah, but you can get
That's
mortgage,
not that much,
It's
you
not that much
know.
anymore.
it's not like when you think
yeah,
about.
but with that 400k, you can invest it into something. Buy
Right.
another
So
property,
if you're
do it.
I know what you're saying, but I am impatient. I want to see that money back.
Yeah,
ASAP. So investing, when you invest certain things,
Yeah, but that's what I do with my money.
when you invest certain things, it might it takes 5 years. But if you even go into a high interest account, let's say you put £100,000 in a bank on a high interest account, it's going to take 5 years to see anything added to that. 5 years.
Yeah.
It's going to take
Yeah,
to
but it's
get onto
different. What I'm saying is,
Go on.
is that if you go.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah.
I'm not chatting into the mic.
that. Well, it's simply saying, we were hearing it anyway.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
unclear because we're recording the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, they can't hear me like that.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, but yeah, go on. Say
Go on,
something.
there's 3 mics we talking about. Go on.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying if you invest your money, we're not talking about putting it into a bank and getting it. You know what I'm saying?
So what you
That's a
invest?
long
Alright, so the short.
So listen, with 400,
Yeah.
400 bags, you can go up north in it, grab a yard, do that yard, cheap, do it up, sell it more, keep doing
Flipping
that.
it. So you're flipping it.
I know people do that and they make money. And it's not even that long term, it could take like 5-6 months maybe.
Yes, if you
It
suppose
could
if you
be-
go
it could
outside.
take a couple months.
So if you because the thing with that is yes, that still happens. It's a couple of months definitely. You go outside of London. So £180,000 in England, in London, isn't really going to get you much. Yeah,
That's why you go to like upcoming.
It might get you a room. It might get you this room, bit of a corridor, and a room next door.
For what, 100 grand?
Yeah.
No, it won't. It will give you like a
London.
flat.
It's not going to get. It might get you a shed or a parking space really. You take 180 and leave, go out like he's saying, and he's right. Outside of London, you're buying a 4-bedroom house outside of London.
Yeah, but
With
like
an-
a
with an
4-bedroom
acre-
house
with
in
an
London
acre
is a
of land.
7-bedroom in Cambridge.
Well, a 4-bedroom in London is like in a decent area. You're still looking at 600,000 to 900,000.
Yeah, but why a
And
house
you
like?
still got to paint it, decorate it, fill it with the new stuff that you want.
Why are the properties going so up high in price?
It's just the way the economy is at the minute, and also because we've been 3 years now. Is it 3 years in the pandemic?
Yeah, it's talking about third year, yeah.
Since
Third year.
It's gone quick.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
3 years have gone quickly. But because of that as
I
well.
was in like year 8 when it started.
I know. It's mad, isn't it? We're gonna have a generation of kids that grew up.
In the pandemic.
Yeah.
How mad is that?
yeah, but then think about it. COVID isn't gonna die out. It's just gonna become this
Apparently
thing.
flu.
Oh yeah, I got COVID. Can't come into work. Sorry.
Well,
Someone
someone
like
actually
flu, like small, what was the other one?
Yeah, we'll
Spanish flu.
Spanish flu,
Yeah.
and there was the flu,
Spanish
and,
influenza.
other little things that run around. Like there was all a big
Polio and that kind of
now
stuff.
it's just going to become the norm, like exactly what you said.
It is,
This
'cause-
never going to go away.
Yeah, but it's annoying because why can't it like speed up? Like if
you
something's
mean?
gonna become the new normal, then why can't it hurry up and be the new normal? We're
no, it's already
learning to
happening.
live with it.
You know why? Because we're human. What humans struggle to do sometimes is keep up with the time. It's the mindset. It's about how you think about something. And if something starts to happen, you can get used to it quite quickly. But then it's for the rest of the world to catch up with that. Oh, this is it. Let's move on. We can go out and party again and this, that, and the other. We just got to be more careful. Hand sanitizers and walking through certain places, like in the subway. The moment you get to that bit that you walk in, it's got to be mask off, done. Normal stuff, yeah. Normal stuff, and that'll be the norm.
That is the norm.
It is a norm, but
That
hopefully.
heater is making me sweat, bro.
It kicked in, didn't it? That's
Yeah.
why she's gone to sleep. I should have left it in mind.
It's all good. We've actually gone over time now. I want to go like 3 more things. We're done. So, the same day of the divorce, I want to talk about it a bit more. But the same day, 22nd November, a dinosaur embryo was found inside a fossilized egg, apparently in perfect condition as well, which is mad.
Dinosaurs are sick, man. I
do you-
don't care.
They like. Do you think like now they've found out? Do you think like Jurassic Park will happen?
I hope so.
So I heard about this. It was like a particular type of mosquito they found. Was it a dinosaur egg?
How is a dinosaur embryo found inside a
Embryo.
fossilized egg, perfect
So
condition?
all the DNA is still in that.
Still in that as well. How mad is that?
Yeah, but then
Well,
doesn't that make you think that it weren't 65 million
yeah,
years ago?
So if you watch Jurassic Park, the original, the first one, and you're not too young for that. Really.
I've watched it.
Laughed
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I
One of
watched
the
Do you know
films.
when they found the mosquito? They withdrew the blood from it, and from that they started making stuff. But they had to cross it with frogs because it was the closest thing to the dinosaur era still, or it had some sort of fertility, whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do that if they're gonna. Can you imagine? In another
Why
10
would they
years-
want to make more dinosaurs?
No, there's not
As
more.
people.
We haven't got any dinosaurs here. I'm talking.
Yeah, we
this-
do. Pigeons and chickens.
They're not dinosaurs.
They're the closest thing to a dinosaur.
No, they're not.
In our age and day,
No.
chickens and
Most
pigeons are...
dinosaurs are going to be
Crocodile.
Crocodiles thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you're just man. Go back.
Man, shut up! Chickens
Don't be
and
rude.
You know
pigeons.
what? Can't I? Listen.
We're not even... That's the thing. I'm telling you now, there was a point where they said chickens were the closest thing to dinosaurs.
No, they never said that.
Yes, they
You know
did,
what?
bruv.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I
Sir Mike
think-
said.
Yeah.
You might have.
Oh, it's still-
It's mad. But do you think they will ever like? Do you think that will ever happen in the future? Because saying that back in the last episode, saying that you see why would people do that? A few months ago, last year, somebody did you hear about this? They took I think human stem cell, they put it in the monkey's embryo and made a hybrid of monkeys and humans.
No.
Yeah,
See?
Why are they playing with that?
This is what I mean. Like,
why would you?
people say why? Like, why the hell would you do that? Like,
what
but
are you
people.
trying to prove with that?
I think
This
that's
is what
cool.
this would be sick. Like, why the
Fine,
hell would you
it's
do
cool.
that?
No, listen, make a car that can fly.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
No,
Is it
it's
so-
cool,
is it a
yeah, but I
is it a
wouldn't want to
practical
live
thing
with
to be
it.
doing? I don't want to get in a car that flies. Sorry.
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't.
wanna get in a
Like
car.
Harry
They've actually
Potter.
made that now, by
Harry
the way, a
Potter.
flying car.
They
They have. I saw them about a week or two ago. Someone made a flying car now. Apparently, I saw them. It's like it looks like a kind of like you think it's like a mini plane, like a jet plane, but with a car. Like it's like it goes now at the front and goes out wide like that. Apparently, it's a flying car. I didn't see you driving, but it's mad. But
Well, I never thought I'd see men flying in jetpacks, but I saw that
Yeah.
on YouTube that the army, there was a guy that he was
In the mountains in England. They're selling them to the ambulance services and they're training them.
like,
So people up in the
Put it
mountains,
there.
they can go grab them.
There's two like rockets, one here, one
Mm.
here. You put your hand in like that, and it's got the thing on the back as well, and this thing just takes off, like, and you just.
Have you seen the water skis?
I think that
that's
was well.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
I
seen
see
that.
both of them.
That
That
is
is,
fun.
yeah.
We are really moving into that.
We
Mate.
are.
See, when I was a kid, maybe not so much you. When I was a kid, all these things were pure fantasy. Pure fantasy. Even watching a James Bond film with a car, it was a Lotus Esprit or something,
Yeah.
a little thin sports car, drives into the sea, the wheels tuck in, these fins come out.
There's actually cars like that.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I thought that was pure
No,
fantasy.
Yeah.
there's
Now these things are
there's
actually
old
happening.
cars that can go on water. Like, I seen it on Top Gear, you know.
But imagine like.
Top.
We just see like the tip of the iceberg. And I imagine what's like behind the scenes and what they're making now. Like,
But are we moving too fast?
Did they find
Yeah.
the
Our brains
Titanic?
are not keeping up with this.
they're not. You see what Elon Musk said on Joe Rogan? Like, I think in the first episode he did it with Joe Rogan goes, like, what do you think the future is of like robots and stuff? To Elon Musk, and Elon Musk just sits there and he goes, I told him not to do it. He's like, what? What do you mean? And he goes, they're moving too fast. And that's Elon Musk saying that as well. We'll stop now if you need to. Yeah, we've actually gone over time, unfortunately. Yeah, but we'll stop right there, unfortunately, guys. But I've got more to talk about. We'll do that for next time. But thank you everyone for an amazing episode, and peace.